Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and today I have yet another really cool deck here for the trainer trial format called Tricks and Treats Tussle, themed around Halloween. Honestly, I feel like the name is like a little weird. I don't know if it's just me, but anyways, it's a really cool format because, well, you are required to play 4 copies of Switch and 4 copies of Rare Candy in every deck that you play. You're also allowed to use the ban cards in Expanded, like Unown. Well, you're allowed to use any cards that are actually implemented into the game, I believe. And you can also use multiple ace specs. I'm not doing that in this list. I am just doing one. I'm not entirely sure what Pokemon intended. It doesn't really feel like they intended to unban the cards, but also it's been like something that I don't know if they're aware of. I feel like they have to be aware of it, though, right? It seems like a pretty big oversight. And yes, they make mistakes, but I feel like they'd be aware of it so they'd at least say something about it if they thought it was like a really big issue. But anyways, so we can play this card here, Unown Hand, or it's called Unown with the ability Hand. It's not referred to as just Unown because in this set there's 3 Unowns. And they all have a similar ability here. If they're in the active, you can win the game, but only if you meet a certain condition. With this Unown here, of course, it has to with your hand. You need 35 or more cards in it to use this ability, and then, of course, you win the game. I have also tested this ability out. It does actually work in live, mostly. Hopefully, I don't, like, crash here. I think it works fine, but I've had some probably unrelated issues. I'm not sure. But anyways, this card's really cool here. I play 1 copy. I do play Gladion as well to get it out of the prizes if that happens. Then we run the Alakazam line here. Alakazam draws 3 when you play it. Kadabra draws 2 when you play it. The Dunsparce here draws 3. With its ability, shovels itself into your deck, and then yeah, that's what you do there, as well as pair it with Enriching Energy here, which when you play, you draw 4 cards. It's the ace spec I have in this deck here. As I said, you could be playing more. Honestly, how much value is there in more ace specs? There's like mediocre value in more ace specs. But anyways, I do just have the one here. We also have Fezandipiti EX to draw, also Budew to disrupt our opponents. I don't know if this is the best way to play it, but this deck actually feels pretty fun and pretty fair as a deck where you're able to have a chance to win. You're not always going to win, and it's an alternate win condition, but it's like actually an alternate win condition, not like what you see in Control where they're like, oh, I'm going to completely stop my opponent from doing anything, and then they'll eventually deck out. It is an alternate win condition there, but it doesn't really feel so much like that. It is an alternate win condition like Mill decks have, but Mill is like kind of bad. And also it has like a disruptive element. Of course, this deck does have a disruptive element as well, but it's a race. And of course, your opponent could disrupt you with a hand disruption card like Iono or something, but that's why we play this Milotic here, which, by the way, evolves from Feebas. The first time I actually added this to the list, I accidentally added Cynthia's Feebas, which of course didn't work, but we have Milotic here with the ability Do Guard. Whenever your opponent plays a supporter card from their hand, print all effects of that card done to your hand, or to you or your hand. I'm not actually sure what the U is. Maybe Avery or something. I don't know. But anyways, this is going to stop your opponent from hitting you with Iono or Marnie or whatever. There are a few ways around it. Well, there's Hand Trimmer, which would actually be like super bad. You just essentially lose on the spot. And then there's also going to be a Reset Stamp. Reset Stamp isn't banned here. Normally it is. I don't expect to run into it, but it is possible there. And there are Pokemon. There's actually Marshadow as well. Marshadow would actually be pretty bad. Marshadow is a very good card as well. I mean, it's banned and expanded, so yeah, it's quite good here, or quite good against this, quite good in the format. But overall, the deck's relatively straightforward. We also play Scoop Up Net here to return pretty much our Alakazams to our hand, the Alakazam line, and then you could replay it to draw more cards there. You can also put them into your hand just to increase your hand by 2 cards. Then we also play Counter Catcher for more disruption here. We play some Pokemon Search and stuff. We also play Hilda to get evolution Pokemon, which are like gonna pretty much always be useful, as well as the special energy, the enriching energy. So that's kind of cool there. We also are playing the supporter card here, Billy and O'Nare. Oh, this is a different art. Whatever. It's the only one I have. So it lets you draw 2 cards, but if you have 10 or more cards in hand after you draw those first 2, you draw 2 more. Of course, we are planning on having a lot more than that. So when we're trying to get up to that 35 billion O'Nare is actually pretty decent. This is like the only deck it's ever good in, essentially, except for maybe an Alakazam or similar deck like that, where you're attacking with Alakazam. We aren't attacking with Alakazam. There's actually a Crobat line that arguably would be better here, but I don't know. The Alakazam's fun here. But this deck's actually one I'd really recommend trying out. It's really cool. It's definitely it's definitely unique, but in like an actually cool way. Unlike some of the other quote unique decks I've been playing in this format recently, which are horrendous to play with and against, this deck's super interesting, a super unique play pattern here. So we'll see what we're against. Hopefully my opponent's not playing something super powerful. Honestly, most of the decks I played against. No, actually, I think all of the decks I played against have been pretty bad, unfortunately. Some have been okay. Probably the strongest decks I've seen are no stronger than the strongest standard deck, which these should be. Yes, you do need to play 4 caps or Rare Candy and switch in every list, which can hurt some decks. Honestly, will hurt most decks, but ultimately, you should be able to probably get by with it, I imagine, and have a much stronger deck, even if you're not even using the Switch or Rare Candy cards at all. But we do have Enriching Energy in our opening hand, which is really nice, as well as Buddy-Buddy Poffin and Great Ball. Don't know if we'll be playing that. Probably we are going first. We got a good hand. My opponent is. Were they choosing their active, I guess? They're playing another Pokemon and another one. Okay, don't want to get donked here. But yeah, there is donk floating around. And I see Radiant Heatran. And none of these cards are in standard. Actually, I don't know what my opponent's playing here. Radiant Heatran. Wait, why did they start Radiant Heatran? That seems bad. Anyways, I will Buddy-Buddy Poffin here for Dunsparce. And I feel like Budew's good, but I'll actually hold off on it for now. I'll grab Feebas. I feel like getting an early Feebas is good. I haven't done it too much when I play this deck, but it does seem good to me. We can play, I believe, 18 cards or something like that from our deck. I don't know if that number is actually right, but I saw it online, so I'm sure it's right. I'll grab Abra here. Good thing we hit off of that. If we missed, that'd be pretty bad. I mean, it would feel pretty bad at least. And then I'll pass here. Yeah, we need 35 cards in hand. Then we need the actually no, that like 18 cards in the discard thing. I meant cards that are not in hand. Obviously we have some cards in play. So we can have we need 35 in hand. We have 6 in the prizes, so that's going to be 41 there. And then I think that also included the unknown damage in that. So we could have 19 in play. Slash in the discard. There's going to be a lot of counting here. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be pretty bad, but yeah, that's something. I can't see the number of cards in my hand as far as I'm aware. Someone said you can on mobile, but I'm not on mobile here. So I'll play the Dunsparce, probably Hilda after this, maybe Billy O'Nare, I don't know. But I'll just use the Dudunsparce, and we see another Dudunsparce, sure. I'll grab a Hilda now. Wait, my opponent just passed? Is that actually all they did? I wasn't even paying that much attention. But yeah, sure looks like they passed. So I'm going to Hilda here for Milotic and Enriching Energy. Probably don't need the Milotic here, to be honest, but it seems like I should be getting it. Then I'll Enriching Energy again. Hopefully we get yeah, some more basics. Not actually quite the basics I was looking for, but that's fine. And then I will Buddy-Buddy Poffin after I use Runaway Draw here. Obviously Milotic as well. And we see Artazon. Artazon is Pokemon Search. Oh, not playing that. Pokemon Search every turn, which is kind of good. It helps my opponent, but honestly, in terms of basic Pokemon, it seems like they're doing all right here. I'm going to grab Budew. No, I'm going to grab Dunsparce, and maybe even another Dunsparce with Artazon. I kind of like it. If it gets bumped, that feels kind of bad, but I think I'll be fine here. Then grab this. We can go Alakazam next turn. It'd be really cool if I had another Kadabra. I could also Rare Candy. I think it's not worth it to Rare Candy. We play 2 cards, get 3. So just increasing your hand size by 1 and committing 2 cards to do so. So that doesn't feel super good. We need to just be efficient with our resources. Right now we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cards in hand, which is okay. We're like a bit over a third of the way there. So that's all right. And we don't have Budew yet. I should be fine. We have Milotic up, though. I don't think they're doing too much. Honestly, Budew kind of increases the damage they're doing as well. My opponent's going to Artazon here and grab something. Growlithe. Sure. I don't know what my opponent's playing here. I'm not going to lie. I have, like, no idea. I mean, it's clearly some Firebox deck. But as far as I'm aware, none of these are support cards out. Well, I guess there's, like, some kind of support Chandelures, but they're not great. Then there's a really cool Chandelure from the same set, but like I don't think you'd be running Charmander then or Growlithe. But then there's Charizard 2 Double Energy, which is actually from Pokemon Go, so maybe that's what they're running, which could have some value. Could actually be a little scary if they get that with a Radiant Heatran there. Also, why is the text more bold on the Radiant Heatran? I think because it's a Radiant, but anyways. Then we also see Growlithe, which can evolve into some Arcanines, which are like okay. They're all attackers. They're not necessarily the focal point of a deck, but they kind of are. Everyone's going to boss up. If I were them, I'd definitely boss the Milotic. They did. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Actually, that's pretty annoying because I can't really get that. I mean, I can get it out of the active. I play 4 Scoop Up Net and 4 Switch, but I'm going to have to use a resource to do that, which isn't amazing. I mean, it's not that bad, but it could be better. I think I'll start off with an Alakazam here, though. If they don't want to Scoop Up Net it, I'll probably just leave it there and then later Scoop Up Net it. But I guess I'll do Dunsparce right now. And I'll probably net the Alakazam as well, unsurprisingly. I don't think we need Budew, though. We get Kadabra as well, which is kind of fun here. Again, I need to count my hand. It would be so much nicer if there was a way to just see it. But I'll also Hilda here. What basics are floating around in our deck? We got a Dunsparce. Maybe I'll grab that now. Have one in hand, but sure, I'll grab one. Why not? And then we can go obviously evolve our Dunsparce into Dudunsparce. What are these names, by the way? I mean, I know it's like funny, but referring to these cards is like impossible. But we'll attach the Enriching Energy here. Then we see those cards. Sure, why not? And then the really nice thing about the Dunsparce is you can redraw it. Normally, it's like it doesn't matter. You're not trying to draw your whole deck, but here you really kind of are trying to draw your whole deck. Let's see. We got 1, 2. I guess I'll wait till I draw these cards to count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20, 4, 5, 6, 28. That's pretty good, honestly. So I'll just play the Dunsparce. I could even play Abra. I don't actually love that. I'll just pass here. We've hit them. I could have Scoop Up Netted there. Nah, I think it's fine. I'm not 100% sure, though. But how many cards was that again? Was it 29, I said, I think. We're really close, right? We've been super efficient with our resources. If they hit us with Hand Trimmer, we lose. As I said, if we get hit by that, we lose. They passed. Okay. That was nothing. So that's good for us. I guess all Enriching Energy here on the Dunsparce. I don't think it actually matters where I put it, but that's fine. I got 2 Dunsparces. That seems good. I guess I'll count in just a second here, but I'll use the 2 Dunsparces. I could also Alakazam to draw even more cards. I mean, we've drawn like pretty much our entire deck, so I assume we're fine. And I could Artazon, I won't. It doesn't really matter. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, I'll play the unknown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 34. Is that enough? With the Scoop Up Net, is it enough? I don't know. This is like annoying because I didn't count entirely right, but it is. Okay, I believe that's exactly 35 with the Scoop Up Net. Let's go. We use hand and we win. I bet you've like never seen that victory screen before. But it works. Yeah, we won there. My opponent like didn't do anything all game, so don't know what was going on with that. I think it was their deck. I'm not gonna lie. They didn't play like any trainers, but anyways, we won. They didn't apply any pressure to us, so we had a bit of wiggle room. If you oh yeah, we're not going to do any damage here. I'll re-roll this. We're not doing that one either. But let's hop into one more. This is the first time playing this format that I'm actually playing 2 games in a video. So make sure you subscribe as well so you don't miss future stuff on this format, and comment down below any fun deck ideas you have. But yeah, this format is really cool. If people play it in an interesting way, if people play just broken stuff, it's not fun. If people play boring generic stuff, it's also not so fun. But if people are playing weird but not super overpowered stuff, it's actually a really cool format. I'll choose to go first here. Yeah, our supporters are kind of meh. I mean, Hilda and Billy O'Nare are pretty bad turn 1 going first. Or no, turn 1 going second. I guess they're also bad turn 1 going first, but ooh, we got a hand here. I guess I'll start the unknown. I mean, it gives away what I'm doing, but that's fine. I mean, when my opponent sees me drawing my entire deck, I feel like they should at least kind of know what I'm doing. But yeah, we'll play it. We do have some recovery. We don't actually have that much, but this hand's like, it could definitely be better, but we do have the Artazon here. My opponent's playing two Pokemon down there. Okay. We see two Bound Suites. Okay. If I was playing Donk, I don't actually think they'd be safe here. But anyways, I'm the Artazon for. I should really know what I'm doing a bit better than this, but I'll grab a Dunsparce and two Abras, I think. Last game, I would have liked to get the Alakazam line going a bit more. I mean, it obviously worked out, but I'll grab the Dunsparce here. I'll grab two Abras, which I don't feel amazing about, but I certainly don't hate either. And then I probably want Budew at some point. They are playing a Stage 2 deck. I'm being like pretty much everyone's playing a Stage 2 deck. You don't have to. The best decks aren't Stage 2 decks actually in this format, despite the fact that everyone's playing 4 Rare Candy. The best deck is, I'm pretty sure the best deck is going to be Dusclops Donk. I'm not 100% sure on that one. It could be Handlock as well. I'm assuming it's one of those two decks. If it's not, I'd be pretty surprised there. But I haven't seen anyone play them. I mean, all my opponents keep like playing down multiple basics. I'd assume like the reason to do that is if you're scared of Donk, right? Because otherwise, why do you do that? Or you're scared of being thrown Marshadowed. I feel like that's more reasonable. We see a Brute Bonnet by them, so it looks like this is Serena EX with Brute Bonnet. So then they're gonna poison us and hit us with, I don't know, something to increase the poison. There's a few different things. Ridney, Hisu, and Sneasler. The Perilous Jungle or whatever that stadium's called. There's you could play multiple Vipers. There are just some different options here, but we definitely want a Budew. That seems like super important here. Also, our bench is kind of locked up. We can grab a Candy as well as a Nature Booster Energy Capsule. I don't know why I was blanking on the name. I could literally have just looked anyways, but they are going to poison themselves, it looks like, and me. Budew's probably going to go down. It might even go down between turns. Probably not, but we do have Fez, which is kind of why I'm thinking about that. They grabbed a Grass off of Energy Search, and I imagine they're just going to hit me with Quick Blow to hopefully for them do 30, or yeah, poison, then hit me with it. We do have the Switch. We should be relatively safe. I could even Scoop Up Net the Unown, which I actually don't hate. Obviously because it heals, right? That's the idea there. And my idea is that like I'm not going to be using all the Scoop Up Nets, but I'm not even sure on that one. I get Tails, which is obviously good for us. We're only taking 20 here. If we switch, which presumably we're going to do. Presumably we're going to Budew them as well. And we top deck the Dunsparce. Okay, that's pretty good. So I will Hilda right now for nice. The energy, it's not priced. That would have been bad. And a Kadabra here. We'll obviously pop the Kadabra down. Wait, no, I'll put the Enriching Energy down. I'm not sure what the right sequencing is. I mean, let's be honest, it doesn't really matter. But we see that, sure. That's fine. We're not going to play any of those cards. Then we got Kadabra. The good thing is you're not like looking to play most of their cards each turn anyways. So if you draw kind of mediocre stuff, it's fine. But all the Dunsparce now. I could Buddy-Buddy Poffin at some point. I don't really like it. I mean, it seems okay. We top deck Budew though, or get off the Dunsparce, I should say, and then I'll Artazon for another Dunsparce. Again, our bench is kind of clogged. Do I Scoop Up Net? I kind of like it just for the bench space. I kind of wish I had Buddy-Buddy Poffin as well, but I think it's fine. I'll just Scoop Up Net and then get the Unown Mac to my hand, obviously. Then we'll send up Budew and hit him with it. If we do get knocked out, because they have a 50% chance of knocking us out here with Quick Blow, because it does 10 or 30. If they get the knockout, that's bad. It's not like horrendously bad, but it's obviously better if they don't get the knockout. I mean, I guess we do a Fez, but yeah. Okay, they're going to Colossus Tenacity, which is a little annoying because it means that they're going to bump this stadium here. If they bump it now, no, they're going to retreat, yeah. So they're going to retreat. They're not going to poison. Wait, what are they going to bump the stadium? They are. I would have definitely poisoned, actually, and then just knocked me out in between turns, so I couldn't use Fezandipiti EX. I'm not sure why they didn't go for that play. That definitely seems a bit stronger. Wait, they are poisoning themselves? What? Well, then they don't attack, right? They're just going to pass. They definitely should have, I assume, like, not poison themselves. That definitely seems bad. Wait, they're still attacking? What are they doing? Okay. I have no idea what they're doing. Well, they get tails, so they weren't punished. But, and we're still knocked out. We're knocked out between turns. The reason is Fezandipiti EX, of course, if you don't know, it triggers if one of your Pokemon is knocked out during your opponent's last turn, allowing you to draw 3 cards, which is obviously good. And most people are playing that, right? It's not something that you should. It's something you should be like trying to play around. Most actually playing it. And then on top of that, you it doesn't work if they don't do it in between turns. I don't know. My what I said there was kind of weird. I don't know if I said that quite right. But long story short, my opponent didn't do it quite right. But I'm gonna get Alakazam here, I guess. What's their discard? Not much. Which is the point, but it's still not much. So we have Enriching Energy. I could get the Dunsparce. We want Milotic at some point. I should have Buddy-Buddy Poffin, yeah, especially because we had the Budew in deck, but whatever. All Enriching Energy active. Hopefully we see something like Alakazam. Okay, nice. We saw more or less what we're looking for off of that. All Buddy-Buddy Poffin for Budew and Dunsparce here, I think is pretty fine. Then I will to Dunsparce. And then, we're kind of looking for Milotic. We really need it. Our hand's getting big. I would not be shocked if my opponent's playing Iono. I feel like a lot of people are because it's really good, right? But I'll do Dunsparce here, send up the Budew. Then I think my sequencing is actually slightly wrong. But again, I don't think it matters like at all. We get some more stuff, sure. Oh, we could counter Catcher the Brute Bonnet. We can't counter Catcher the Brute Bonnet. What is this game? What? I can't click the Brute Bonnet. I don't think my mouse is showing, but I can't click it. So I guess we're not counter catching the Brute Bonnet. You hate to see it. That would actually be so good because they're going to be item locked. Oh, why doesn't this game work? What is this? Well, I'm gonna Alakazam, then I'm gonna Kadabra, then I'm probably hopefully gonna play another basic. We see the Enriching Energy again. Okay, then I'll Kadabra. Hopefully again we hit Milotic. Don't we can play another Dunsparce, which is good. Then we can't counter capture the Brute Bonnet. It's so annoying we can't counter capture the Brute Bonnet. I'm pretty sure. Like I can't click on it right now. So yeah, I'll just hit him with Itchy Pollen. I mean, it's not terrible. It definitely could be worse, but it's definitely not ideal that we can't kind of catch the Brute Bonnet. It might be because I used Unknown Hand's ability last game, and the game like got messed up. I don't think wait, my Fez was prized. Okay, forget everything I said earlier. I mean, it was still true, but yeah, I should have I guess checked. I don't know. But anyways, I can probably use it next turn. Wait, why are they deciding what to send up? You obviously send up the bounce suite, right? Unless their game was also glitching. But yeah, we'll see what my opponent does here. I mean, let's be honest, they're not going to do that much most likely. They are item locked. They played one support. No, they played 2 supporters. Have they played a support every turn? Oh, that turn was kind of long. This deck takes like kind of long turns, but wait, oh, that's in between turns. I think they played a support every turn. Yeah, so they could definitely have one here. Why is there so much stuff going on during Pokemon checkup? I guess because we're both poisoned, and I took a knockout. But anyways, they are attaching here. They're gonna retreat into the Brute Bonnet. What? Okay. I'm sure fine with that play, right? I'll probably yeah, they don't poison themselves, which is actually good for us because they're gonna be taking less damage. They're gonna pass here. I'll send up Dunsparce. Need to make sure I haven't like committed too many resources. We got 8 in discard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13, 16. That's okay, and 2 of them are like Dunsparce as well. So I could honestly Rescue Stretcher the Budews back into the deck. It's not as good, but it's okay. Maybe I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, and we can like Scoop Up Net as well to increase our hand. Now I'll Rescue Stretcher back. Oh, I missed sequence. What am I doing? Well, whatever. I'll Budew here. I'll Enriching Energy. My discard pile's also glitching out again. But I'll do that. Okay, nice. We got the Milotic. Definitely want to play that down. I kind of know why they sent the Brute Bonnet up because they don't want to get knocked out. The bounce sweep, but it still seems kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. But whatever. It's good for me. So then I'll go ahead and do Dunsparce here. Send up the Budew. I think we need one more turn. I haven't actually calculated it out. I don't know how many cards are in my hand, but I assume it's not enough. We have, I'll count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 22, 24, 23. I guess I'll keep counting. 26, I believe, after this. Then we have 13 left in deck. 28 after we play the Alakazam. And then, yeah, we cannot get there. Wait, I said 28, 31. I get there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Oh, except minus this. So 27, 20, 29, 30, 31. Yeah, we're one short. We could hit double Scoop Up Net off of this, actually. You know, I'll play the Billy O'Nare, which is also glitched. Well, we missed all the Scoop Up Nets, so that's fine. I'll play Dunsparce and another Dunsparce, and then I will just, you know, itchy palm them with weakness, yippee. And then we should be fine to win next turn. I don't know if I countered it. I'm not gonna lie. In case you couldn't tell, I didn't know. I don't know. But we gotta be pretty close. If we don't have it, we just lose. Like, there's nothing else we can do. We have no backup plan. There's no way to really magically get cards back outside of, I guess, the Rescue Stretcher Darkness on Brute Bonnet. Oh, I like went to right click it just to look at it for whatever reason, and yeah, as I said, I can't click on it. So that you hate to see, but they are gonna. Oh yeah, they're gonna knock me out with poison, which is fine. They get another prize again. Doesn't really matter. If I don't win, the one issue with this deck is that if I don't win, I just kind of lose. There's no like getting closer to the. I mean, there is getting closer to the victory, but there is a way to overcommit in a whiff. I suppose if I was more experienced, that wouldn't happen. But you know, I'm not the most experienced. So Dunsparce, we send 2 into the deck, and then we draw 3. Yeah, this should be fine, I think. I really hope I did this right. I don't know if I did. We do have 2 in the discard, so Rescue Stretcher could get us more stuff. That seems like not thing I want to do. Wait, do I even have candies in the deck? No, we can't hand here. Yeah, no, we can't. So, to Dunsparce, I'm pretty sure we're just a tiny bit short. I don't think we get there with this. Hopefully we hit a Scoop Up Net. Nice. We're not quite there. I believe we can actually buffer Unown as well. So if we can't use it, then we aren't there. But we got it. Maybe you can't. I don't know. But let's go. We get enough cards in our hand. We got at least 35, and we win. This deck, as I said, it's really fun. I don't know. All the decks I played against are like unfortunately quite bad. I feel like kind of bad saying that, but like my opponent didn't. Yeah, I'm okay. My opponent was Budewed the entire game. I don't think their deck was terrible. I think it was okay. I don't think it was stronger than the average standard deck, and the formats, like the deck should be stronger than standard because, in addition to being able to, the only downside is you play 4 rare candies for Switch. The 4 Switch you could count as 4 dead cards, which is like bad. And you could say you have 8 dead cards in your deck, but you still have like a lot more powerful cards, including cards that are just like super broken. But anyways, this deck is super fun to play. You need to, you have some like different things going on. You need to manage resources really carefully. I guess I could actually put in Oranguru to recover stuff, which might be like kind of broken. If you want to make this even better, let's be honest, it's hand lock. You just hand lock your opponent like turn 1, which you can do. The way you do it, I guess I'll say it. What you do turn 1 is you knock yourself out a bunch. You could do this using Wismagius, or you could use it using Dusclops. If you knock yourself out 5 times with Dusclops, you probably win. I'm not gonna lie. So at that point, you don't even need like any of the other stuff. But if you like, if you're going second or whatever, then you want to hand lock. I will also say that there isn't even a counter to this. Like there's one card that's like kind of supposed to be a counter, which if you're not aware is the Amoonguss. I believe that's the only card like this, which if you don't know, it says if it's your opponent's turn and then it's discarded by the effect of an attack or ability from your opponent's Pokemon, or by the effect of your opponent's item or supporter cards, essentially anything outside of like Best Stadium, I guess a tool as well. But anyways, if it is hit by those things, then your opponent discards their whole hand, which like if you force your opponent to discard their whole hand, that's the whole point of hand lock. You've like counter hand locked them. So if you do the Amoonguss, that is really good, but they're going to be hit with reset stamp. There we go. And then you just have 1 card in hand. And there are ways to look at it anyways. They could like Grabber you, which wouldn't even discard it, would shuffle it back in. And then, yeah, pretty much there's an encounter play. So you can hand lock your opponent, and then from there you can Oranguru forever, and then get all your cards from your discard back into your deck. And then you could just have like some generic draw engine like I don't know. I'm sure there's draw engines that you could just have something that like draws you a few cards every turn, and then eventually you'll get there. Your opponent can't like do anything, so it doesn't actually matter. And then yeah, you'd win. So that's like the unexciting but probably a little better way to do it. But this is really fun. I'd really recommend this list. Definitely my favorite deck I played in this format. Some of the weird, wacky stuff has been really fun, but more so a silly fun. But this is a legitimately fun, interesting strategy deck here. But I hope you enjoyed. As I said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment down below any cool deck ideas you have. But I hope you enjoyed. And as Osmond said, see you in the next video.